listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Musketeers After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Musketeers After Show.
Hey! Oh, too
You
soon.
never get it right.
Hey! We've got 5 more weeks. I'm going to get it right because you're here live. The Musketeers After Show, BBC America. I'm your host, Ryan Hooks, here at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good to see you, ladies. How you doing?
What's going on?
It's great.
Lovely.
We're great.
So, to introduce my fellow fine people here at the table, to my right, Kate Aquillano.
Hi, guys.
To my right, Liz Rishmawry.
It's your left.
No, that's...
He's going
the right.
around.
Gotcha.
I'm going the
Hey,
opposite
guys.
way. And to my right, or white to my left, Yael Tygiel.
Hi.
Don't forget Marissa in the booth, dropping the 1s and 2s.
What's up, guys?
Eating those mozzarella sticks.
Oh, yeah,
They
gotta
look
love 'em.
real good.
So delicious.
They are.
Anyway, we just watched the BBC's Musketeers, episode 5, The Homecoming, aptly named, because someone came home for the first time in a long time. So, what did we think?
I think that we are continuing with the procedural aspect, but we are getting backstory, which I like. I feel like that's what we're doing. Is all we're doing this season is like, here's a backstory on this character.
Yeah,
Yay.
let's set him up a little more and get to know him. But
Yeah.
nothing really happened going forward. So, I mean, it wasn't my favorite of the 5.
I agree. I think I would have liked to know a little bit more. Like, it would have been cool to even see some, like, maybe flashbacks of his childhood, maybe. I would have liked it a little bit more. It's still a good episode, and I like that we get to learn a little bit about where he's from, but I don't think it portrayed his background as elaborately as they say they did for, like, Athos or, anybody.
Because
So.
we really only got 2 characters of his past.
Yes.
And they were, not talking about the past, other than he lived there and left, and then there was a love triangle, and
Whatever, yeah.
very limited backstory.
Exactly.
Kate,
What?
do you have something to
She
add?
already
No.
said.
Anything
said.
additional? Well, I mean, we went on the line, and she was next, and I feel like she maybe...
We skipped.
I know.
But I'll add, sure.
Do you have anything additional?
Wait,
to
I
add?
have
Sure.
something to add.
Go ahead, Yael.
No, I don't have anything to add.
But I think this backstory could have been like a portion of the episode with something else, with another storyline running parallel. I didn't think it had to rule the whole
Didn't
episode.
need an entire
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
We didn't get any more of the Milady storyline.
I know. Where is my lady?
She's been MIA for a couple
I miss
weeks.
Constance in this episode.
Yeah.
She was missing
Yeah.
this week.
The only
The queen
lady
was
we
gone?
had, the only lady we had was Flea,
Yeah.
and she's
cool.
adorable.
Yeah.
Yes. Fiona Glasscott, very adorable.
Yeah, she should come on the show.
Hey. Hey, Fiona, if you want to come on the show, we're here.
Yeah.
We
We're
love it.
doing it. All right, let's talk about Porthos.
Okay.
Because our story starts out this week with Porthos passed out in the street.
So funny though. Like, I mean, just the whole drunken, and he's walking out with a melon.
So
Sleeper.
Porthos.
Yeah.
It's fitting.
I mean, if you don't walk around with a melon on your birthday drunk, I don't know what you're doing for your birthday.
Well, technically, it's not even really his birthday. It's just the day he
That
picked as a
was
kid.
sad.
Oh my God. And the lady in the bar, she looked so heartbroken when she heard that.
Yeah. What day would you pick if you could pick your birthday?
June 2nd.
Is that your actual birthday?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I thought.
I would pick December 25th so I'd have something to do.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Would you have
Yael?
something to do though? I mean,
Yeah, it would be my birthday.
Okay. I just feel like it would be harder to have people come for your birthday on that day
Why?
because they're all like away on vacations.
Why?
All Yael's friends are not.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, side with me.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I see how it is. I can't be your friend and go near your Christmas birthday, even though it's not Christmas because it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
It's my
losing
birthday.
focus. Let's bring it back. Yael's Jewish. She doesn't celebrate Christmas. We got it. Back to the Protestants and the Catholics.
Yes.
What?
That was really
Okay.
confusing.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I just looking to see where it's gonna go. All right. Anyway, so he wakes up and there's a dead body laying in the street with him. I mean, how often do you wake up on your birthday after with a dead body next to you?
5 times.
It's
At
happened
least
a few times.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked that
counting.
this is the first time Porthos has gone through this. Because I feel like his drunken ways, this has to happen like all the time. Like every Friday.
I guess they're probably surprised that it was a man that was dead next to them.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. So throughout the intro parts, we're getting flashbacks of the night with him drinking, him shooting Aramis's
Yeah.
melon head, the melon on his head, rather.
What a melancholy night.
And apparently,
We should have had some
Let me go.
melon.
Yeah.
you
Next
have
time.
this one. Never mind. I was going to go somewhere that I'm not.
Good.
No. So he basically is a great shot when he's drunk. He's a terrible shot when he's sober.
I don't think that's what they meant. I think they meant that he can shoot a melon off someone's head when he's drunk. But he is still a good shot when he's sober.
Yeah, I think it's
But
more
he's
just like
shooting him in the face.
No, I think it's more of the when you were in that situation to shoot a melon off your friend's head. If you're sober, you were going to be so nervous. But when you're drunk, you're relaxed and you trust your aim and that you know what you're doing because you are a trained marksman. That's
There.
what they meant.
Exactly.
Boom. Yeah, Ryan.
just shut you down.
I mean, if you want to read between the lines and all the subtext, I guess.
I
yeah.
want to analyze the show as opposed to just recap it. Yeah.
Fine. Well done. Thank you for being here, Yael
Thanks.
Tygiel. It's good to see you.
You too.
Anywho, yes. All right, so we get our little arrest by the king's men. Porthos tries to fight them for a hot minute, but there's too many. It's actually, I'm sorry, the Cardinals men.
The
Yeah.
red guards.
Yes, the red. We finally see guards in red, like they're
Of
distinguishable.
course, they're just walking
They've
by
been
at
chilling.
the exact moment he wakes up and he's like, oh, there's a dead body. Wait, oh,
Yeah.
this is a bad situation. This does not look good.
Yeah.
You should have just kept laying on the ground. I think it would have been safer
Yeah.
Why?
because they wouldn't have. Maybe they thought he was dead.
He was
too.
a victim too.
Yeah, somebody came and shot this guy, knocked me out, and mugged us. He ran away.
Why is
End of
Well,
episode.
yeah, the episode,
Yeah.
done.
End of episode. Done.
Unless they're
Didn't
trying to
work out.
figure out who the murderer was. Anywho.
Well, I find it interesting though because I feel like this is the first time, aside from the one episode where they were talking about like slave trades and stuff. I feel like this is the one episode where we really do see some sign of like actual like racism toward him, especially from the judge.
Oh yeah.
Like so maybe it's just one of those things because he is in that situation and he isn't a white musketeer. That of course, oh look at what he did.
Oh, it's clearly his fault because he's not white.
Yeah.
He must have killed that guy.
Well,
Yeah.
Clearly.
The judge was very
no, I'm
harsh.
agreeing with you. I'm
Yeah.
just also saying it that way.
Right.
okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think it was very interesting because, we have gotten a glimpse of what was portrayed back then, but you don't really see it to a parent because he's still a musketeer. He's very well respected, but apparently not everybody feels that way, regardless
Only among
of
the
what he is.
Musketeers.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten it that much from other people either until up to this point.
But
So.
he hasn't. Yeah, they haven't interacted with too many other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than the people they're with all the time.
Right.
But I agree that it was really interesting to see it in this, to see another instance of racism because it is something that was prevalent and needed to be addressed. And it's going to sound like a weird sentence, but I like that they're showing the racism so that we get an idea of what it's like.
Yeah, it's historical.
Accurate.
Yes.
Anyway, the judge says you did it. You are sentenced to death. No proof other than the fact that there was a body and he's dead and he was there.
And he says, dress your dog in a fine suit. Once a mongrel, always a mongrel.
So
Disgusting.
mean.
Yeah, basically.
Well, yes, and because part of it was because his last name is Duvalon, which was the name he basically chose, which is a royal name or a noble name in the town. And he's basically saying just because he has a noble name doesn't make him a noble person.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought he was just referring to the fact that he was part of the Musketeers and he has a nice suit with the blue cape and the hat.
I'm sure that's his suit is the Musketeers uniform.
But
Yes.
it gives another example of how Porthos came up in this. We learned about his childhood and that he was a thief. And that what he did was he chose a name and he chose a birth date and he chose these things because he wanted to better himself and join the Musketeers. And as
Because other people had them.
yeah, and the
And
captain,
worked really hard to get where he was.
Yeah, and the captain
It's-
points out that he wanted to be a Musketeer.
He worked
more
the
than
hardest.
They did. Yeah,
He wouldn't just throw it away because he worked so hard to get there.
yeah.
Definitely picked a good first name for himself, Porthos, other than Flea. Like, not. If you're going to pick your names,
Well,
too
Flea,
bad.
we'll get to you.
Yeah.
But not yet.
not yet.
Because first he is taken, or going to be taken basically to
The gallows.
the gallows and be hung immediately, says the judge. In the meantime, the Musketeers are to delay so that
Yeah.
Treville
He-
can
yeah.
go to the king, plea for a stay of execution so he doesn't kill him too fast. And then in the meantime, Porthos is taken.
Yeah.
I was really confused. I was like,
people.
who are these people?
know.
Like, I love when he was like, wait, is that
Athos?
Athos?
Yeah.
And then he like punches him out. He's like, no, that's
Nope, something's not right here.
not
Well,
my
no,
friend.
wait. Who is the one who punched him out when he had to get sewed up? In that one episode?
Athos.
See, it could have been Athos anyway.
Yeah.
Athos knocked him out.
Yeah, it's just something that happens.
Did I get punched in the jaw? No.
No.
Athos.
What are you talking about?
No way. All right, so the king and the cardinal are our next scene, talking about a new modern France. So this is actually the first time we've seen the king in a little while doing something that's like productive, and he wants to give back to the people that have given so generously to him and to better France, minus the area that they can't get rid of. So this sets up basically the whole plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the cardinal's like, no, we can't get rid of it. Again, it's where the Flea people live.
Yeah.
The flea people.
Yes. The beggars and the thieves and the homeless and the dirty and the drunk and all the bad people that we don't want in
The
town.
highway robbers, whores, and vandals.
Yes.
Those two.
Okay, them too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what he said.
Yes,
Anyway.
everyone lives there that we don't like.
Why did they say they called it the Court of Miracles again?
Oh my God, that was such a great.
It was a good.
So basically, more things happen because people pretend to be blind or
because-
pretend to be.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was cutting the blind mask off the guy's face and cut his peg leg out. And
It wasn't
suddenly
even- yeah, it
it's a
was like
miracle.
his-
He's
yeah.
like, I can see and I can walk.
Yeah. Okay.
That was interesting too. I just thought he's like, you have the hands of a musician. Go
Go
get
buy an
instrument.
instrument.
Yeah, they're all miracles because
Yeah.
suddenly they can see and walk
Yeah.
Got it.
when they're called out.
Got it. Got it.
So it's kind of a joke on the area.
Yeah.
Sort of like flea bottom, if you will. That's why I was saying that with the flea people. That was my thought in that statement. Anyway, so they're trying to build a new, better capital. And this is when we meet Caron.
What?
Sharon?
Sharon?
Caron. Yes.
What?
I'm
Not
thinking
Quran. That's a book.
not the
Wrong
Quran.
religion.
I'm also thinking about Caron, the boatman, the
Oh.
ferryman,
Oh.
who takes the souls to judgment.
But we're also going to point out again the melancholy joke before we switch scenes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Melancholy.
Melancholy.
It was a good
That's
That was-
so
it was a good
melancholy.
That
It's
was
melancholy
so
business.
funny.
Can we just talk about how the king was trying to be punny and it was adorable?
Yeah.
It was cute. It was the first time I was like, oh, you're cute. Instead of
Yeah.
like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, because he makes the joke and like his smile, like he's so proud of himself. That's melancholy business. I made a pun.
I was like, I did that there.
Did you see what I did
Oh,
there with
God.
the melons and the?
But he had like the hugest smile. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Well,
now you can talk about
Now
the Court of
let's
Miracles.
talk
Well
about
done, King.
Sharon.
Yes, Ashley Walters making his appearance this week as our special guest, one of a couple.
Yes. Yes.
He is who saved Porthos,
Uh-huh.
and he is now basically the king of sorts for this new.
He's the king.
Of
I love his
sorts.
like king chair in his like little room. I'm like, who gave you that?
He made it.
He's-
What'd
Stole
you? Who made you this
Yeah.
title? But whatever.
Do,
yeah.
do the others know? Have you told them?
I think the other people in the Court of Miracles do know that he is the king of sorts.
That's why he said of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he knows.
Yeah, I think there's a hierarchy
Yeah.
among the thieves
Yeah.
in terms of who runs the show. And
Yeah.
He's the scariest.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one you don't mess with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let him go and walk away.
And he throws good parties.
Oh yeah, he does.
So
I don't know if we're
king.
going to call them that.
It was all a plot to kill everyone. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the Musketeers are on the mission now to find Porthos, and they're basically backtracking everything that they have learned. Aramis is talking with the old lady who we saw in the opening scene, who was the one that was so sad about Porthos not knowing his birthday.
He was
he
better
bought him a
looking than
drink.
you.
No one is better looking than Aramis, except maybe Kate Aquillano.
I don't. It
And
doesn't. I don't match up to Aramis. No, I'm like down here. Aramis.
You don't have a hat.
Aramis, yeah, you
I don't have a hat.
Guys, I'm going to be real honest with you. The cardinal.
I can't agree with you. I can't.
Listen,
I can't.
we know how you feel about the Cardinal.
Okay.
And since this is CSI Paris,
Yeah, this was
It
so
was-
CSI Paris.
I love
this
the
episode.
morgue. I mean, I know we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
oh, we're
that
getting there.
scene.
Are we there?
No, I actually wrote CSI Paris on my notepad when we were talking because this is when D'Artagnan and Aramis are looking at the area where the body was. And
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
no bone.
There's no
There's no
blood.
blood. He must not have been killed here. Or,
Yeah.
he must have been shot from close range because the
Yeah.
brain would have splattered everywhere.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys know too much. Like, I'm just,
They're battlefield men.
I know.
No, so this is the next scene is now they are in the morgue examining the body,
Can I just say it's so funny? And I know they didn't have like the technology with like, fingerprints and everything yet, but they're so like high tech, like quote unquote high tech CSI in the street. But then he's like, oh, what's this evidence? I'm going to just touch it. And he's touching the like little
Well, he can
timepiece.
touch it because there's no fingerprints.
I know, but it's funny to me. Laugh with me. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Moving on.
I love when he's talking to the coroner who's examining the body. He's like, he was killed of a gunshot wound. Why are you cutting him up? And he's like, well, cadaver, you can learn a lot.
We can learn.
But I love that Aramis is like, well, it clearly was shot from a close range. And the coroner is like, well,
Speculation.
Yeah, you don't know that. That's circumstantial.
Yeah,
you
right.
don't know this. But like, that's the beginnings for somebody who loves, CSIs and NCISs and all that. Like, this is the beginning of that. It was beautiful.
There's always the body that they're examining, and they're
Yeah.
like trying to figure out how it was killed.
And then
Yeah.
he was, it must have been murder. It's like, I've seen this episode.
Oh, yes, I've seen this one too. Luckily, our heroes will win out, as always. All right, so this is when we now meet Flea, which we've talked about for a minute.
Flea.
Wow,
Not-
That was actually
weird.
really good
That-
harmony.
Kind of
Not,
nice.
The
not
worst.
the bass player from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Unfortunately.
Was there some irony in the fact that I used the word harmony for harmon
No.
of the mark?
No.
Yeah, no, we
variety?
get it. We get
Okay,
it.
anyway, so she's a pretty tough cookie here in the neighborhood that is the City of Miracles, or
I feel like you said that funny.
Court of
the
Miracles.
Court of Miracles.
cookie here. I don't know,
She's
sorry.
like the,
He said it like
the
Cookie Monster.
queen-ish.
She
of
could be the
Court of
queen-ish, yes.
Miracles.
Well, because she's Porthos' ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
now she's with Chiron.
Yeah, her and Chiron are now together because Porthos left.
Yeah.
And he wanted her to go with him.
But she said that I knew this place is for me, and I knew it wasn't for you, so I let you go because I loved you.
That's cute.
And then, of course, they
It
did
hits you right here.
Yeah.
That's a soft spot.
And then
I
she
know.
hit her. He hit her right there. And then
Yeah.
cue scene.
You know what else happens? Athos shows up.
Yeah.
Looking for Porthos.
That's right. He does. And then we got Chiron.
Chiron.
Sean.
We'll get it right.
Screwed it up.
by the end of this.
Chiron, basically saying to like back off. He's with us now.
He's
or
happy here.
He doesn't want to see you. To which they know it's BS because
Yeah.
even that's when they made the mark of he's wanted to be a musketeer way harder than anybody. He wouldn't just leave it. So they know that he doesn't know.
Dude, they totally left him hanging by not saving him and showing up. Stupid
They
Musketeers.
were right.
See what
They
you
were.
said there.
Well, I know
They left
that's the
him
thing.
hanging.
If you would have waited like
Eh?
a minute,
Not even. They
the Musketeers
shot,
would be there.
the
Because D'Artagnan
Musketeers
shot the
shot
guy.
one of the
Yeah, D'Artagnan shot the guy on the
thieves.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they found the mark of the criminal where they knew to go to the Court of
Yeah,
Miracles. So,
yeah.
which what was it? Looked like a freaking butterfly or something. What was that?
I think
looked
was a
like the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah, I think it was a fleur-de-lis.
Which is
Okay.
weird to be a mark of the criminal.
Yeah.
Because
They're in France, why not?
I guess.
Burn in the neck.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Okay, so with the evidence that they found, they take it to the father of the victim, who we later find out his name is Jean. And the victim's father's bodyguard, secret one-handed man.
Sure.
I'm just making stuff up as I go along. All right, so they show him the necklace and basically tell him that his son is dead.
Yeah.
Very, very nice of them to let him down easy.
Yeah, right.
They're like, he's like,
dead.
What
No,
is he,
he's like,
okay?
is he in trouble?
dead.
He's dead.
Injured. He's dead.
Athos is so, like, no.
Yeah.
like,
he was not a be cool.
It could have at least said sorry to say, but
no.
no. It's no time for
It's
that.
very straightforward.
They have to definitely figure out they get to the bottom of this, so there's no time for
Guys, he's dead.
chivalry.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Dead?
Dead.
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 Dead. So you know who's not dead?
Who's not dead?
Flea and Porthos.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
No, they're the
Definitely.
opposite
They're
of
Chiron.
dead.
definitely. They're doing
Chiron.
like the opposite of what dead people do.
Yep.
Well, so they're all talking about Porthos is leaving. This is where I was really hoping that they would get like more backstory.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is like your ideal time that you could throw in. Hey, do you remember that time when we did that thing and the stuff happened?
Right.
Pillow
Yeah.
talk is the ideal time.
No, this is before the pillow talk.
Oh, okay.
This is when the three
With
of them
the three of them?
Yeah, when they're all like hanging
Oh,
out, sitting around.
sorry.
And he's all like trying to get the bullet out of like Chiron.
No, that's not yet.
Oh,
That happens later.
damn it. Yes,
But
you're
they
right.
could talk about that then, too.
Yes,
So-
they could have.
Yeah, there could have been several moments. It could have been pillow talk flashback. Do you remember when we used to do this other thing?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about what they used to do. Okay, sorry.
Flashbacks.
Yeah.
Flashbacks
all
during
right.
pillow talk.
Not dead. Pillow
Okay.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead.
Wow.
He's dead.
My
guys.
brain,
He's
my brain
dead.
went somewhere else with that.
Obviously.
But he's dead.
So this would, I think, to me, this would have been an ideal time, though, to add in some story because they're talking about the past together, sitting around, reminiscing about when he lived there, before he left, and why he left.
I mean, they throw in like you were the best thief, like you know, little tidbits here and there, but not anything specific or
Well,
a
it says to
story.
him that you loved the thrill, the adventure, and the brotherhood.
danger.
And
Yeah, the
he's like,
danger.
yeah, I found that.
No,
Yeah.
but
He
it's
gets
with an
that.
honorable brotherhood. And then to which he's questioned, oh, so criminals
There's no
There's
honor
honor,
among thieves.
yeah.
yeah, which there might. But
That's
you know,
not what I meant.
But you know what? It's just funny because you get to the end of this episode and it's like, I mean, I would have just thrown back at freaking
Sharon.
I keep on like wanting to say Sharona or something like Sharon, but like at the end of the episode, I wish like he just threw it at him when they found out like, flashing forward too much, but be like, ha, see, there is no honor and brotherhood. Look what you're doing. So it just kind of proved him right for joining the Musketeers there.
That's true.
Just saying. The end. Carry on.
Are we carrying on now?
Go on.
Oh, we're carrying on. Okay.
Go.
So in the next scene, D'Artagnan, Aramis. I'm sorry, not. Yes, D'Artagnan. I was right. D'Artagnan, Aramis, and Athos are still on the hunt, trying to find Porthos, trying to find information. And they go into this room and find all these burnt letters. A thief shows up to shoot them. This is when you thought, Liz, when we were watching it, that it was the father's assistant.
Yeah,
Because he had the same eyes.
Yeah, because like in the last scene where you saw him, he's just standing blankly with like these big blank eyes, and then in the scene where whoever it is putting on the
focus
mask,
on the eyes.
it's the same damn blank stare eyes.
When
so.
he shows up again a couple more times later in masks. So
Yes.
then they actually show him this
Yeah.
time putting the mask on, so we do know that that was correct. Well done.
Yay!
Yay for calling it when it's
Yay.
happening. I like when we're watching the episode when we try to like guess, like, oh, it's got to be this guy because this is gonna happen
Yeah.
with these people.
I would also like
And
to
then
point
I'm
out.
always wrong.
Aw, it'll
Yeah,
come.
it's okay.
One day,
Sorry.
your day will come. I think, and I also want to just say that I called out that I knew when we were trying to figure out who did what and who's involved with what. Like Flea was the one who was making a point to be like, well, I would remember if I murdered someone. So I right off the bat knew like she has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows anything.
She wouldn't remember. I think I would remember if I murdered somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember. Never mind.
You remember that one time?
Yeah,
That
never
one
mind.
time.
I know where you're going.
It's a spider.
I remember.
He's talking about a spider. Killed a spider.
Yep.
So anyway, and the information that they found in the burnt letters,
Yeah.
It's a lot of gunpowder.
there was a lot of gunpowder
A
that
lot.
was ordered. There was a lot of stuff that they were trying to figure out because they also found the name of a Protestant pastor and the information related to the Catholics and the Protestants, which is in this time period was a very prevalent thing because of the hatred among the religions, because they're all
Because you're
wrong.
not believing in Jesus like I'm believing in
But
Jesus.
then it was like confusing because his father was one religion, and then like before court to have like good standing, changed to another religion, and then his
So the,
son was
the
not
father and son were
happy.
both Protestant, and then the father switched to Catholicism. However,
to
they
be
didn't
popular with the court.
To be popular with the court, but the Catholic people still hate the Protestants. So the Protestant pastor basically said his son is still a devout Protestant.
Huguenot? Huguenot?
No,
Huguenot?
that was not what you're looking for. That was based on the paper. He was a Huguenot leader.
Ah.
Not even relevant.
Okay.
Only that they knew there was religion involved, and so that's why it was confusing because
Yeah,
he
they were
switched, but really
switching.
whose side was he on? And then really was it an elaborate plan because he was not on his side, but was he on his side? Was he just using it to get in? Which we do find out that it was an elaborate plan, that he was pretending to be Protestant to get in the basement to set up all the gunpowder in the printing room. I feel like you have something you want to add.
No, not at all. I'm still wrapping my mind around these different religions.
Okay,
Guys, don't confuse the Jew. Just keep going.
are you sure?
Yeah.
We got it. They were one religion, they changed to another, but they were still plotting
Yeah,
with
I
the
got
other
it.
religion.
Pope, no Pope, Pope.
Right.
Jesus, no Jesus, Jesus.
I got it.
They
Let's
both
go.
had Jesus.
Yeah, they're both Jesus.
I'm talking about Judaism as well. Let's throw
That's
that
not
in.
in it.
There's
No.
no Jesus.
Don't confuse it
I'm
anymore than
trying to
have
throw
to.
y'all off really, really hard now. Anywho, so
Yeah.
moving right along to the Jew, no Jew, Protestant, no Catholic, whatever.
Okay.
That's all. No, we just find out that he had switched sides and he was only doing it to be popular.
So in the end, what was the master plan?
The Catholic people wanted to hurt the Protestant people, but really they only wanted to kill all the poor people.
Oh.
Right.
I understand killing poor people.
They
That,
wanted to get rid of
Yeah,
the...
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And that's why the father bought up all the land,
Yeah.
so that when all the poor people were gone, they could charge rent for this really nice area that's just infested with poor people who don't pay rent.
Well, they were going to kill all the poor people.
By blowing them up.
Yes.
Blowing them up. With
Now
them.
you have to.
Yeah.
Now you have to rent out places with dead body parts everywhere.
Listen,
No, I cleaned it up.
dead body parts are way better than poor people.
That's true.
Who wants
Whoa.
poor people floating
Any
around?
poor people that were still alive would then get hired to clean out the dead bodies.
Yeah.
I just want to go on record
played.
to say that I'm actually pretty poor. So for any poor viewers listening, we have no hate against you, depending on your finances.
We're talking about the show.
Okay.
I'm talking
So
about
we're
blowing up
all
poor people.
we're all broke here.
Listen, Liz, there might be a car bomb in your car later. Who knows?
Whoa.
I'm kidding. All right, so speaking of getting shot and killed,
I feel like this show just went.
we just went
far.
down. No, I'm speaking of getting shot and killed. This is the scene when Porthos and Tyrone are hanging out, and the guy comes in and shoots at them. But we don't really know who his target
Porthos
is.
and who?
Sharon.
Okay.
Sean.
Oh, did
said
you say it
Sharon.
wrong?
Yeah.
I was thinking Sharon as well. Sharon. I'm gonna write that down right now. Sharon.
So who was he aiming at?
We never found out.
I think he was aiming at Sharon, and here's why.
Yeah.
Because we later discover that Sharon is actually working with the victim, Jean's father, and I think that the reason they were going to kill Sharon is because then you tie up all
Tie
the
up
loose
loose
ends.
ends.
Also, because apparently they were not only just the tying up loose ends, but Sharon was saying near the end that, oh, there's more money coming. Why would they want to pay him more money?
Yeah.
So
Good point.
Never.
Tying up loose ends. Just kill him off.
All right.
Genius.
Makes sense.
Well, he doesn't get killed. He just gets shot. Porthos fixes the wound. And in the time, him and Flea decide to make up for lost time.
Well, because she
She
missed
She
She
him.
always
loves
loved him.
him.
The only reason she was with Sharon is because
Porthos
Porthos
left.
Porthos left. And that's the reason Sharon stayed, as we find out later, that he wanted to go, but he wanted Flea more.
Right.
very interesting too about how the way she worded it. She's like, "Well, I have respect for him because he wanted to be here too, like me." And he's like, "I thought you loved him." So
Yeah.
He's like, not so much.
yeah. Well, we didn't. You go to figure he didn't. Sharon didn't really love her so much, but we'll get to that in a minute. So
Yeah.
Listen, she wanted to be the queen. What do you have to do when you're the queen? Suck it up and deal with it. All right.
wrong turn of phrase.
No,
Can you-
I
nope.
feel like that was right on cue.
Okay.
Nope,
All right.
I'm sticking with what I said.
So.
All right, so this is where the plot is revealed. Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
So the Musketeers do discover all these information in the father's house about all the property and all the plans.
We see him talking to
The cardinal.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go on. Continue.
Well, I wasn't listening to that scene.
You were totally listening. You were just staring at the cardinal.
I was listening.
She was
to
distracted by the cardinal.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically it's just a monsieur. Well, the father was Emile de Mavosin. I can't read my handwriting.
Victim's father.
Monsieur-
the victim's father.
Yeah, he's just basically going over with the cardinal over, like, yes, everything's set in motion. This place is going to be gone. It's just a
But we get
stain.
reasoning as well behind
Yeah.
why. Because
Yeah.
his family has lost all their money, and this is a way for him to get back into the prominence that his family name once had. And
Yes.
so this is the reason he's doing it. It has nothing to do with Catholics or Protestants at this point. It's just
Yep.
about money.
Nope.
Yep.
Which is funny because the Protestants and Catholics are mostly about money too. So
It's all about money.
there's something fitting in that, I think.
Okay.
I mean, and then my Jesus is better than your Jesus.
I love how he cares so much about. Well, I don't want to skip ahead, but I was going to say, I love how he cares so much about his family title and name, and it's like, but didn't your son is dead?
Well, he
Don't
says.
you think you
Yeah.
care about the
It-
legacy continuing? Like,
I feel like it reminded me a lot of like honor killings, where like the son didn't do what he needed to do for the family,
and he
so
killed for the greater good.
Yeah, so he had to kill him because he wasn't going to help the family get what they needed.
Yeah,
But yeah. No, I agree.
that sucks.
Go on.
That's it.
I feel like that was a good story, and I need you to continue.
That was it.
Okay.
The moral is don't disappoint your parents.
Or they'll kill you.
Yeah, great.
Don't do it.
That's okay.
And
That's what we
frame
learned-
a musketeer.
That's what we
for it.
learned
Especially,
from this episode.
especially if
Yes,
you come
that's-
from a Protestant
That's
or
what we
Catholic
learned
family.
from TV. Not to kill your children. Or kill them if they don't do their job.
Yeah.
Not the kids. Behave.
Yes.
This is a priority announcement. All right, so we find that father killed the son, as we know. And also, Porthos is having these flashbacks throughout, remembering the things that have happened. He's like seeing things. I just wanted him to keep drinking. I knew it would come back to him if he kept drinking.
I like how he sees it like we see it, but like he sees it in like, Well, there was the one scene where he actually is like looking at the body and the killer, where you would see it through his eyes. But when like you see him standing there like holding a melon, it's like, how do you see yourself? Like,
Who's seeing you?
who's
Is there a
seeing
mirror?
you? Is there a mirror? Exactly.
Is this a flashback?
So-
Is this a
Flashback.
vision?
There's no rules in flashbacks.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Also, there's no rules in drunken remembrances.
Yeah.
True.
Touche.
Yeah.
There should be a rule that you need to hold a melon when you're drunk, though, like blackout drunk.
I'm on it.
Hold a melon.
New rule.
Second
What
thought.
kind of melon?
Keep
Watermelon?
going.
Okay, watermelons are too
It
heavy.
was green.
It wasn't a watermelon.
It wasn't a watermelon. It was a gourd. Anywho,
You're gourd.
Porthos was basically in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes.
He came out, he finds the father after seeing him argue with the son. The father had killed him in the street, and Chiron knocked him out. Sucks that it was Porthos.
And that's why when Porthos was accused of murdering Jean, the criminals under the
Leadership.
of Chiron, thank you, go and kidnap
Yeah.
him, bring him back to the Court
Keep
of
him safe,
Miracles.
'cause-
Yeah.
They're friends.
As bad of a person as he is, he couldn't have that on his conscience. They're
Yeah.
like, they were,
Listen,
they grew
we're
up
gonna
together. they're
genocide
friends.
an entire community, but
But let me
Yeah.
say,
my friend Porthos from 10 years ago, we'll get that guy.
But he also convinces Porthos that he needs to leave town. And we initially thought that the reason Chiron was saying Porthos leave town is because Chiron actually killed the guy. Mm-hmm. But no, he was trying to save his life and
Yeah.
save himself. And that's why he and Flea were also
Do you
going to
think,
leave
or do you
town.
think he was maybe wanting Porthos gone so that Flea would stick around with him still?
But he was going to leave with Flea.
Right, but if Porthos leaves separately, then they don't all go together, and then Flea doesn't go with Porthos. You know, say the plot succeeds. Say Porthos and Flea and Chiron escape, and everyone's blown up. Then what? Flea only was staying there because she liked being there, and she was only with him because she was there. So does
So
she now
Porthos
go
is
with
around.
Porthos?
I think not, because I think Porthos would have gone back to the Musketeers.
Yeah.
He still does, but does Flea go back to the Musketeers as well, or should that life in
No,
Paris?
I don't think, like she
Where
said
does she
at
go?
the end, they have two different lifestyles.
Yeah.
But say the place was exploded, then what? She has nowhere to go.
Yeah, but she still would have gone.
She's not going to become a musketeer.
Yeah, she's more of a flea bottom kind of girl.
She could be a lady of the night.
Yeah, but she wouldn't want to. She's so much
No.
better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how good she is at pickpocketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Well,
did you sleep with the dude when you
As
do
the
that?
plot is being revealed, we find out that Porthos is trying to save him because he finds the gunpowder, and then we realize that it
He's
was.
so dense
He's like,
about it.
"Come on, let's
Hey!
go, guys!"
No, he just like goes to find Chiron, and he's like, Chiron,
I got to
oh my
show
God,
you something.
Look what I found.
You gotta come too.
Bro. Like, and then Chiron's just like, oh, Jesus Christ. like,
Yes.
it was great.
We're not talking about Jesus anymore. We've moved past that.
We are talking about Jesus.
We did.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
But he had to lead him to it, and then what was the point when Flea came in? I just like forgot.
Well,
she was
she was
with-
already
She was with
talking to
him.
him. Yes, that's right.
And then he pulls he's like, come on, we have to like disarm these gun
yeah, we gotta
power,
get the fuse
whatever.
away.
And then he's like, no. Pulls the gun on him. And
Bam.
Flea's like, what? He's like,
You or me?
Well, quoi?
There's no choice.
Yeah.
so.
And then Flea gets shot.
Was that necessary?
I really thought she got shot in the face. Just the way that whole scene played out, where she kind of jumped and you saw her arm, and
She grabbed the gun.
you would think it was pointing more toward her face.
I thought she got shot in the heart and was going to die.
yeah,
too.
That would
I
have
was
been.
surprised she didn't die.
Yeah. I like Flea. I really do. I don't think she needed to live.
Yeah. Well, maybe she'll come up in some future episodes. We never know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
That's
think that's
probably-
necessary.
But I think it was funny because I think it was Kate or somebody mentioned like, "There's no blood."
I'm
And
like,
I'm like,
where's the blood?
and I was
guys?
like, the corset is so tight that there is no
Yeah.
blood.
There is no
circulation.
blood.
Ah.
Possibly. That's why she was so pale. Like her top half was just no blood.
yeah. That
That's
makes
that's
sense.
why I'm so pale.
Yeah.
It's this belt.
The top half is too tight.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
then what?
And then she's not dead?
she's not dead.
Not
No.
dead?
She's not dead.
Okay, not dead.
Not dead.
Chiron runs off. Mm-hmm. Porthos runs after him.
The Musketeers take action.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally, like we get some sword fighting and stuff in this scene.
Seriously.
It's
Yeah.
about time, you Musketeers.
Yeah.
I like it. In my notes, I wrote stopping villains and saving Porthos.
Basically.
That was it. That's the storyline right there. Dun, 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 dun. Hey! Dun, dun.
When you hear that music come in, you know it's just going to be like montage sword fights.
Yeah. Me getting mad because I keep on staring at D'Artagnan's hatless head.
What was funny to
Not
me
what
when
I
we
thought
talk
you were gonna
about
say.
hatless head.
Nope, letting it go. The procedural aspect of this episode, I feel like there was very much like a montage of finding evidence and like taking action. Like there is in procedural episodes in like that kind of movie all the time, where it's like, oh my gosh, we found something. Let's learn a bunch of stuff, tell a bunch of people, and then solve the case.
Yeah,
That's basically what happens.
It's basically that's like the Scooby-Doo guys.
That's a montage.
It's a
for
montage.
Sure, that I love.
Gonna have a montage.
Because
So
you need a montage.
it kept on going in my head the entire time we were watching the episode.
Hey,
Gonna
Rocky
have
IV has a montage.
Yeah.
Okay, so we learned though that Sean only wanted Flea, and that was the reason he stayed behind with Porthos, as we talked about before. It's interesting to me though that he wants her, but he wants money. Like I don't know, does he want her more than money, or does he want money more than her?
Yeah.
He wants a better life.
I think
What do you think about that?
he thought that he wanted her more than anything else, but when she doesn't want to leave, and he's like, no, like I'm gonna get us a better life, and I'm, it's for us, and she doesn't want to do it, and then he accidentally shoots her, and then leaves,
I'm out.
Yeah.
runs
You
off.
kind of
He
see his
realizes,
priorities.
yeah.
And I think he, to make this deal in the first place, he knew he was going to kind of go away from her. As much as he probably didn't want to, he wanted
Yeah, what was
money and
the
a different lifestyle
The
more.
entire reason she wasn't in on it,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
she wouldn't have
I feel like
agreed.
he would have incorporated her into it
If he thought she would agree to it, but he knew she wouldn't.
Maybe he could have asked her beforehand. If he really loved her, that's what you do. You communicate.
Communication.
It's key.
Yeah.
But
That
he
was cute.
only loved her because he couldn't really have her.
You
Because she
think?
belonged to Porthos. And even when they
No,
were
she
she's
didn't
not a
belong
piece of
to anybody.
property. Yes.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. Stop it.
I think that's only funny to you and me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Go.
okay. We'll tell you later.
Anyway.
Okay.
So the Musketeers all show up, fighting and getting into action, which I'm glad finally happened. Porthos, as he's talking the whole time with Jean, basically fights him, says, I don't want to fight you, gives him the knife, leaves.
You knew it was going to happen.
stupid.
You knew it was-
When
Right
he
by his
drops,
freaking
yeah,
arm.
he drops the knife right next to him, turns around, you know what's going to
I
happen.
know, and it's like I love the knife too because it's so evil looking. It's got like this like hook to it almost. It's very
The
menacing.
leather-wrapped
It's
handle.
incredibly menacing looking, and but I just got so annoyed though. I mean, I feel like he knew what was going to happen if you followed him. Like, do you
Yeah.
think that he knew the Musketeers were there and that he would
No.
get killed?
No.
I think he wasn't worried about him attacking him because he knew he could take him.
If he was going
that's
to
really
kill
what he
him,
wanted.
then he would fight
He
back.
could fight him if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Aramis is there with his sharp pointed dagger that he uses on everything.
Yeah.
In unison, they said again. Yeah. Okay, so he basically kills him. Did you think at this point
He
he's
kills
dead?
him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Fine, he's dead. That's it. He's dead. Did you feel bad for him getting killed at that point? Did you feel like there was any redeeming qualities about Sean?
I feel like this is where I also miss that there weren't really any flashbacks to their relationship prior to
You
him
didn't have any
joining.
attachment to him.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If we learned more about who he was as a character, why he became Athos's Porthos's best friend, and why they were all like, haha, thick as thieves. You know, like why? I'm sorry, but why
You're
like
the king. You're so punny.
smile anyway? But I just feel like I would have maybe cared a little bit more. I don't think the character was necessarily evil. Like, yeah, you're blowing up everything. That's pretty screwed up. But like, he just wanted a better life for himself. And I think anybody who would be born and raised in that kind of situation and to aspire for more and want that, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, I feel bad for him because in the end, he was kind of like okay that he died because he knew no matter what, he was always going to be stuck in those slums. So it's kind of sad. Like, I felt sad for him, but I wasn't to the character itself. It was more like the situation, not so much the character.
But he finally escaped the situation.
That's, when he says, like, I told you I was getting out of here.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I do feel a little bad.
Such a weird angle, though. It was his neck. It was all like, it's very.
Which is like sort of similar
hurt
to
Burke
last
face.
week we saw with Marzak when he was shot by Aramis when he was like, it's better to die a musketeer than,
Yeah. Aramis is really racking up the body count. Yeah.
That's how he knows about when you shoot a guy from a foot away with the bullet hole.
That's why he knows his
Killing everybody.
They are
He has
soldiers.
eye skills.
Yeah. He is a forensic, criminologist.
Field
Yeah.
analysis.
The first. Yeah.
The one and only.
Just a little bit like Dexter. Is like analyzing everything.
And
He's like,
dream.
blood splatter.
He did it.
It was shot at this angle from that balcony.
Yeah.
And he's
like
dreamy. He's got those
eyes.
devil may care eyes.
Can't help it.
Oh, Santiago Cabrera, how we love you. I like
I
how you're all
do.
staring at me like awkwardly
do
like
love
as I
him.
go into this little rant. Okay, so this is actually my favorite part of the episode when the father's writing the confession to Porthos so he's free after, the whole plot is revealed to Treville. And, Treville's like, well, it's, it's past 12 and there's no explosions. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy's just sitting there like,
I have a question, though.
I have an answer.
When Treville's like, okay, he confessed everything, does Treville ever realize that the cardinal and the king knew about all of this?
I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think so.
Cardinal gets away with
Cardinal
it again.
gets away with everything, man. The Cardinal's smarter than that. He probably put it all up into the hands of this guy. His
Oh, yeah, for
name
sure.
wasn't on anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
He's so smart.
I'll get you, gadget.
okay.
He extends him a gentleman's courtesy
Yes.
at the end of this episode
And-
because he is not going to prison.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't have gone to prison. He would have been killed anyway, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
But
He's
still,
been hung.
it's better for him to go this way. This is very much gentlemanly as opposed to being ridiculed in public and have your name besmirched by people all around you.
yeah.
He's still like thinking about the family name. He's like, I have a brother that'll
he's
take
leading the
over,
house of the
and
brother.
hopefully he'll lead it better than I did. So he's still thinking about like restoring the family name.
It's always about legacy.
Yeah.
See, I really don't think those guys were really like. He was Catholic, but he was really Protestant.
He was
Yes.
Catholic,
Yeah.
but he was not.
Should
No, he
not
was-
have believed. He shouldn't have killed himself then.
Purgatory, here he comes
Yep.
for a long time.
Something like that. Hell or something.
Doesn't matter, he's not coming back. Which is sad, but sort of okay.
I really like that the captain was really part of the investigation this
Yeah.
week. Up until now, he's just been like, they go and talk to him, and he's like, we'll go and do this.
We'll go
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah.
I know. It's.
I like that he was really like involved this week, and I hope that that continues.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing from like last week's episode. He was kind of more involved as a character too. So I hope that
Yeah.
that's like a building thing that they're getting at.
I like
Yeah.
him.
When it's showing like a common ground of respect and how much they care for each other. They are friends, they are brothers or family.
He's like everybody's like uncle, dad. I don't want to say dad, not too much dad. Definitely maybe uncle.
He's the uncle that
He's
you
the
like
uncle.
to hang out with and have drinks with sometimes and
Yeah.
Pretty much.
talk dirty
Uncle's
things
like,
about.
let me. What?
Never mind. You're girls, you wouldn't understand.
Disagree.
Well, not you, Yael. You're more than me. Yep. All right. So, did you think at the end when there was this little like scene after everything is all wrapped up with Flea and Porthos that maybe they were gonna work out?
No.
No,
That's why I was surprised that she lived.
Yeah. I feel like
they weren't ever gonna be together,
No, I mean he already chose his path, and didn't get blown up. So
and
that's,
she chose hers.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also took his little mini change
That was
purse.
sweet.
It's like they could go together or not.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I mean, he made the joke like I guess I could like take a walk with the whores and the something, and I don't know, made like a reference to her, I guess, and she's like, well, got the change purse. So
Yeah.
Always a thief to the end. Thick as thieves they are. And then the boys make up.
That was
and they didn't bring a horse.
Yeah, they didn't bring him a horse.
It was cute though. Like they were just like talking about it and they're like, hey,
it's
we
cute.
really did come for you and we wanted to help you. Like, don't get mad. It wasn't our fault. He lied.
He didn't tell you that I came and I was like looking for you. So like, hey, what's going on?
And then he's like, did any of you guys doubt me for a minute? And they both like look at D'Artagnan because he was in the beginning. He was like, do you guys think maybe?
Maybe we did.
Yeah.
And he's like, never for a second.
yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
You're good.
Never,
We're
ever.
friends to the end.
The Brotherhood.
Till they die.
Without
Hey.
a horse.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to this fine episode of Musketeers, episode 5?
No, I think it's time for.
I think it's time to talk about what's going to happen next week on the AFTERBUZZ.
And now,
I wish we still had
your
the flashing
AfterBuzz TV
I don't.
predictions.
Just blink really fast. It's the same thing.
And that's not nearly as cool as a
That's going to make my headache worse.
I ought to shake my leg. Liz, what do you think's going to happen next week?
Well, we were kind of making a joke before that, like all these episodes are going into the past of each of the Musketeers. So now we're going to get a little bit of Aramis
What? Aramis's backstory?
Aramis's backstory. I mean, I love the scenes because they flash by so quickly, and I'm just like, it's like literally it's going in my head. Aramis, a baby with a young lady.
Oh, the cardinal.
Maybe the baby's him.
Who is it? Was that
the cardinal?
Constance?
What's going on? And yeah, and I'm really okay. And again, where the hell is Milady? Like, I really want Milady to show up.
And I always feel like when I watch those, like the coming up next, I always wonder if it's like on next week's episode or this season.
I think it's next week, but it's cut so crazy short, and I'm like, wait, I don't know what just happened, but I'm excited to see it.
But there's a lady with a baby, and I'm like, okay, who? Like, that's the one that I was focusing on. I'm like, did you get somebody knocked up, or is that yours? Is it a sister? Who is? I don't know, but we'll see. It's definitely about him. The end.
Also, the king's mom's coming to town.
Yes.
And it looks like
the
she's
Queen
trying.
Regent is cracking the whip.
She's trying to persuade the cardinal to come help her with whatever she's working on.
Yeah.
What is she working on?
I don't know, but I like the idea of old lady trying to persuade the cardinal. I hope Milady's
going to be a little jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's my role.
I want to see it.
Slow your roll.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Milady have like a sexual thing with the cardinal?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Only because Milady
probably.
has a
But
sexual
maybe.
thing for whatever she wants.
Yeah.
That's what she uses.
I don't know if she actually does. I just hope so.
I feel like they have a different relationship than that.
I want Milady and my man.
Milady and my man.
That's what I want.
Kate Aquillano.
I just made a little observation during that episode tonight. Like, a musketeer is in trouble, and there's only the other three of them. Like, where are the other musketeers?
Yeah, I said that earlier this week. I was like, there must only be 4 musketeers.
So maybe we could see some more of them. And they're not. There's just not 4. Well, 3 because D'Artagnan's not technically.
He is, but I think he
is.
just hasn't. I think he's like
He's not.
in training.
a training
Trainee.
officer.
He's a
He hasn't
probie.
graduated.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Uh-huh.
He is a probie.
But yeah, so that would be. I just made a comment, and I hope they fix that, and I want to see more musketeers. But the same, Milady needs to come back. Constance and
Constance is back. They
D'Artagnan.
showed her in the preview because she's fighting. She's sword fighting. I think Porthos is what it looked like, or some other
Ooh,
random
she's
stranger.
still on
Nice.
the
She wants to be cool
train
and
like
tough.
She's gonna be the first lady musketeer.
That's right.
Sweet.
She's gonna become a musketeer before D'Artagnan, probably at this rate.
She'd
She'll have a
look
hat.
really good in a hat.
She would be.
Those hats would look good on anyone, I think.
Yeah.
No, not anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
especially D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna get that up next week. We'll find out soon enough,
Yeah.
and then tune in right after here at AfterBuzz TV, and we'll talk about it. Because you love
Yeah.
Musketeers, because we love Musketeers. Hey, Yael Tygiel, where can the people find out more about you?
The people can find out more about me on Yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. And on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. I apologize for all the letters.
It's a lot of letters.
It's not your fault, it's your parents.
I know.
Listeners, Maui, where can they find out more about you?
Hi, guys. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lizzie Maui. That's LIZZYMAWY. You can also find me on other panels on Sunday nights. I also do Sword Art Online and The Legend of Korra before this lovely show. And I also will be found with Yael on Dominion on Thursday nights.
Yep.
Oh, Kate Aquillano.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kate Aquillano. Aquillano is spelled AQUILLANO. Again, sorry for all the letters.
Yep.
And you can find me on Wednesday nights right here for the Young and Hungry after show.
And as always, you can find me at RyanHooks92. I'm sorry, it's so easy.
92.
Yeah.
That's
That
right.
is easy.
I don't know how to
Facebook,
spell
Twitter,
that,
Instagram, Twitter. RyanHooks92. Get it. We'll see you there. Catch you guys next week on AfterBuzz TV's Musketeers. And I'm out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.